Sometimes we are passive readers of what was, and sometimes we are active witnesses of what is. And we are in the main character era right now. So knowing that, we must do as James Baldwin said. You think your pain and heartbreak are unprecedented in the history of the world, but then you read. So we read. We put down our phones, and I know that's hard because I love Instagram. We put down our phones and we pick up a book. We stop reading the short-sighted views of people on Twitter, the long-ass Instagram captions. Read a book, a whole book. Read The Fire Next Time. Didn't Baldwin tell you what to do in a time like this? Read Asada. Didn't she tell you how to fight? Read Audre Lorde. Didn't she tell you that we have to define ourselves for ourselves or we will be crunched into their fantasies and eaten alive? And you can't tell me as a woman whose body is being legislated that those are words that you don't need to hear. You can't tell me as Black people that those aren't words that we need. As trans folks that those aren't words that we need. So when it comes to the questions of what we do now, the answers in many ways are already there. We can go to Bell Hooks and we can ask, how do we survive a time when even those who we love are siding with those who wish us harm? And she would say, hold people accountable for wrongdoing, and yet at the same time remain in touch with their humanity enough to believe in their capacity to be transformed. We can go to Angela Davis and say, what we gonna do? It's too much and I'm losing hope. And she would tell us you have to act as if it were possible to radically transform the world, and you have to do it all the time. Sometimes we have to do the work, even though we don't yet see a glimmer on the horizon that it's actually going to be possible. And of course, we could ask Dr. King, how do we show up in a world that seems to reward evil? And he would tell us, when evil men plot, good men must plan. When evil men burn and bomb, good men must build and bind. When evil men shout ugly words of hatred, good men must commit themselves to the glories of love. And as we're reading to find guidance, we are also learning that even in the midst of the storm, people showed up. In the midst of storms more dangerous than ones we are experiencing right now. Remember that Malcolm and Martin were assassinated, and Baldwin continued to write. Remember that Black men hung from trees and Nina continued to sing. That it was illegal to be gay, to be trans, and Marsha P. Johnson marched and Sylvia Rivera organized. The world has known more evil than what it is seeing now. And Huey organized, and Fannie Lou marched, and Thurgood litigated, and Stokely said we are beautiful and powerful, and Dylan played his guitar, and Stephen sang, and Lorraine wrote, and Chisholm ran, and so many before us, despite being in the midst of chaos, chose to act. And now, this is our time. Once again, main character energy. Will we sing like Billy? Will we lead like Huey? Will we write like Ida? Ain't nothing new but you, the main character. And at this time, you will decide what your role will be. Because one day we will be long and gone, and generations will come, look back, searching for us, searching for our words, searching for our songs, searching for our guidance on how to survive the next storm.